Sorry, I didn't get to those girls. What's going on, man?
Okay, welcome to the 2019 Pan American Junior Squash Championship final, and it's Canada, home host Canada against the little bit of an underdog Ecuador in the final. I'm joined. My name is Martin Heath, High Performance Director of Squash Canada, and I'm joined by Canadian national champion Sam Cornett, superstar.
Wow, thank you.
In Toronto and elsewhere as well. Come on. So Sam, who do we have playing here in this first match?
All right. Here for Canada, we have Erica McGillicuddy. She is from Toronto, and I don't actually know if this is her first Pan Ams, but I'm going to say it is. She's playing against Maria Falconi of Ecuador. I don't know Maria, so I'm excited to see some new faces. Solid start from Erica. Looks good for the big Canadian crowd that's here. Give us a good start in this match.
So these first few points, we get to see just the way that both of these girls are going to play. Do you see anything so far about difference in style, or are they just a little bit too nervous to figure that out yet?
Yeah, I mean, I've been there, and I would also be really nervous, and you've got to see what the other person's bringing to the table on the day. These players have already played a match today, so it's not they're going to kind of be somewhere between sharp and tired. I'm not sure which way they're leaning. Hopefully sharp, and we get a nice, good match. Shot.
Oh, that's a nice length. So Erica, she's improved a lot this last year, eh?
Yeah, she's had some great results. She works really hard. I get to see the inside scoop when I go in to do the odd coaching gig at the Granite Club, where she does a lot of her training, and these kids spend a lot of hours on court.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So already we're seeing Maria Falconi. She's spending a bit of time. Oh, that was a cry. Oh, what a shot. What's that, Finnish boast or Ecuadorian reverse angle?
Oh. From behind. It was like Shabana from behind, reverse boast.
So it looks as though Maria is probably a little bit more mobile than Erica. You know, she's hitting the ball a little bit harder, looks to have a little bit more spring in her step. Erica looks as though she may have better court craft in terms of getting the ball into the corners and using the dimensions of the court. There we see a nice lift in it to the back.
This is her shot. That's the third one so far, I think, that I've noticed. Maybe there's been more.
The reverse angle, popular in juniors and popular in probably over 55s as well.
For sure.
Oh, that was a tough miss. Maria Falconi just coming back to 8-6. Looks as though she had a bit of momentum, and then she just served out. And Erica taking advantage with a nice drop from the back of the court. Sets up game point, 10-6.
Nervous rally from both. Nice. Great
what
shot.
A shot.
Great finish.
And I think Maria thought Erica was going to go cross court, and she just kept being disciplined up and down that left wall.
Yeah.
Into Maria's backhand. Beautiful length.
It's a good side for her.
Wins the first game. 1-love to Erica McGillicuddy in Canada in the final. 2019 Pan American Championships. Okay, Sam, nice first game from Erica McGillicuddy. 1 love up. Do you think she needs to change anything here?
Not too much. I like the pace that she's got going on here, and I think she's playing through the court better than her opponent is, so that'll be something that Maria's going to want to look at to try and stretch Erica out more and keep the ball wider. I think Erica's definitely doing that better percentage-wise right now. Nice.
Oh, it was a nice rally. Used all the angles all over the court. Oh, and again. Just that little fade cross-court worked last rally as well. It's becoming one of your best shots as well, isn't it?
Working on it. It's a great shot. It's a tough movement to make, as you've shown.
Nice shot.
It's not a commonly used shot, I would say, and it's very, very effective.
Yeah, he kind of uses the middle of the court, bounces 2 bounces, second bounce towards the middle.
Yeah.
It's nice to have back court, front court, and middle. It's useful against tall players, actually. If you want them to get low quickly, they use the little half kale or the fade cross.
Yeah.
And it's very effective. Great on glass courts as well.
Yeah.
So again, a good start from Erica McGillicuddy, 4 love in this second game. Ecuador having a nice win this morning against number 1 seeds Mexico in the semi-finals. That was huge.
Yeah, that's right. Exciting to have. I mean, I've been out of the junior scene for a while, but it's good to have a team come in and spice up the U.S., Canada, Mexico kind of contingent that I've seen for a long time. It's great. I guess Colombia as well. Colombia's in there winning medals.
Yep. Yeah, Colombia did really well in the doubles.
Yep. Oh, that's a great shot.
Ooh, nice touch.
I really feel out of the loop in the junior scene, Martin. It's nice to be here. Oh, misses the stroke.
So Sam, when you see this kind of squash, you know, it's some of the best squash in the Pan-American area, with these girls kind of 17, 18 years of age, what are the major differences between the level that you're playing, kind of top 30 in the world level, compared to this level?
I mean, so many things. I think a big factor in it that would contribute to everything would just be like pure strength is a lot different. So that would make getting onto the ball quicker, hitting the ball with more pace, so putting more pressure.
More stability.
More stability, so then your the execution will increase. It kind of all adds up, but I do notice that strength is something that they're going to develop over the next few years, right? Because they've only just started, lifting or doing really tough workouts because they were kids not long ago. Now they're young adults. So I think that's a big thing, and with that will come consistency, keeping the ball tighter as they train more, as they hit more balls. I'm sure you can think of 50 other things too. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right. Obviously, it's 1,000 things, but it's the movement. Movement is a big part of it. And just say hello to Mr. David Palmer. How many times world champion? 3-time world champion.
Want to show your face?
Was here doing a coaching seminar. Are you leaving now, or I'm going to see you after? Okay. All right. Thanks for coming up, eh? Cheers. David Palmer very, very kindly took time out one day in between camps he had, and he decided to spend it doing a coaching conference for Squash Canada, a coaching seminar for Squash Canada today. So created a bit of interest, and always a big name, and also a great coach. A lot of good coaches.
Good
some
around.
of the best players in the world at the moment. Sherbaghi's coaching. Back to what we were saying, it's just that movement is a big part. It's and I think you're right. It comes from the strength. They just haven't put in the miles yet in the gym and built up that kind of
that'll come.
Just that kind of muscle. Yeah.
That's it. Very nice.
Oh, good get.
Great pressure. That's a really tough spot to be, right in the middle at the front of the court when you have every option in the world. What do you choose?
You're
Not
right. It's
the
the tough one. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, a lot of the time you just end up holding and just punching to the bag instead of taking it. Let the ball drop. It's actually let the ball drop first, because then when if it bounces, it doesn't bounce very far up. If you take it too high, it's tough to lay it down. Oh, there we see again. That was Maria fought back to 8-6. That was in the first game, and then Erica just running through 4 points in a row to 10-6 again. Game point. What do you think? 10-7. Someone serves to your forehand. You're going to take on that cross-court neck, aren't you?
I probably would.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Oh, shoot. And then I would be regretting the cross-court neck at 8-10.
There's the reverse again from Maria.
Volley.
And again, just nice use of height from both girls this time. Pulling each other back so far into the back of the court. Makes those drops so much more effective. And again, good height.
This is a tough rally for both of them.
What a great rally.
Go. Oh, straight drop. Oh, great shot. Great shot.
What a rally. It's just incredible retrieving from Maria there, and about Erica just kind of sending her around all over the court. It was to win the second game. 11 points to 6.
7. Great start from Erica. I think I can relate to how Maria might be feeling at this point, that she's kind of close in each game, but I think she's struggling to find answers against Erica, so now she might look for easy points, and it's not working so far. Could be fatigue as well. I'm not sure how these girls are feeling. Ooh.
Oh.
I don't know about that. Oh, well, there you go. That was called down in the front right there, but hard to tell. Might have been.
I think she might have got it actually, but I mean that's one of the features of junior squash. Is actually why junior sport takes place, is to kind of practice, you know, getting bad luck and then not responding in that kind of way. Is actually just, you know, you accept your bad luck, you accept what you can control and truck on. Yeah, it's just a good lesson. You don't see the pros kind of, you know, too much. They don't get too angry too much, do they? Actually, they probably do.
I've seen some pros get angry, but
the pros are going through extended adolescence anyway. I think that's
I think the interesting thing that I've seen with the pros is they do get fired up about the decisions, but also 6-1. Great. Hopefully she can maintain this lead. I'm biased, a biased commentator. But yeah, I always think it's so impressive watching the pros in the video review situations. That's where I really see it, is they'll fight things if they think they have a chance of gaining some ground. But once they get that video referee decision, which is final, I always am amazed at how calmly they accept and move forward from that. Almost always. So
you would say even their anger is fairly calculated and strategic? Yeah. Okay.
I think at the top level, I've never seen someone get really flustered by a video decision. Just not able to control themselves.
Yeah. I mean, it's part of being an athlete. You do have to, you know, have to control your emotions. Otherwise, you're not going to be a successful player, a successful competitor.
Totally. Oi! What a great reach to that ball.
Lunge, and yeah, she just got this really short swing. She doesn't swing almost at all on that counter drop. Very impressive. But it's Erica that's really, I mean, she's managing to get such good length, and then she's got these nice little drops at the front of the court. She's just sort of moving Maria just front and back.
Yeah.
I think that's what that allows you to kind of dominate the middle of the court a little bit better as well.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. To give her match ball. Put us in the lead, Erica. Go. Great get.
Oh, nice shot.
Looking for a fancy finish there, I think.
Sam, just letting you know that it wasn't your commentary contract to be unbiased.
True, true.
Actually, I don't think that's possible. In Canada, Canadian national champion.
Yeah.
And that's a great start for Canada, for Erica McGillicuddy winning that first match. Putting Canada at 1-love. Okay, unbiased is out the window, all right? So we're very happy. That's a great start. And so and then with two great players going on as well. So it's going to be, that's an important win. We'll hopefully give the other girls some confidence.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to start us off. I mean, every match is going to, they're probably going to be nervous for every match, to be fair. But great experience for these young whippersnappers going up, hopefully coming up through to senior ranks, and we get to.
And it's also great practice for Malaysia for the World Championships in Malaysia.
That's right, it's more immediate. Yeah.
It's a team event this time for the women. It alternates team men's, women's, and then individuals both every year. And this year it's the women's cycle, and so there are all these girls. It's a great preparation event. I mean, it's Pan American Championship. They want to win gold and as many medals as they can, but they're also using it as a preparation event for the World Championships.
Yeah.
And so it's been a good timing. Yeah.
They have about a month in between, so they can take this, work with the coaches, same coaches that will be going with them to Kuala Lumpur.
And 1 week in Penang, or 5 days in Penang. That's the idea. A couple of days in Kuala Lumpur, and then they're at it. So, and it's not going to be easy, right? I think Egypt are just incredibly strong, and India seem to have a great program. Malaysia are pretty tough. Yeah, it's definitely not an easy task, but certainly giving themselves every chance to do well.
Yeah. Okay, we've just gotten started here in the second match of the Junior Women's Final of the 2019 Pan American Junior Squash Championships. Huge match here. Maria Paula, she just won the individual event. Char Orchid looking to take her down for Team Canada for the 2-0 win.
I remember seeing both of these girls out, or Maria Paula, and especially in the Canadian Open back in December.
Shot.
I'm just very impressed. I mean, just like a real squash player, you know, just so strong and moves really well.
That's
but
great.
Charlotte is, I mean, just incredibly impressive. She's so forthright, really strong, very forthright.
Yeah.
Plays
She's
it
crisp when
Yeah.
she moves onto the ball with her choices. Yeah.
So I would say this is, I mean, Charlotte was #1 seed in the girls' event, and Maria ended up winning it. So there's a little bit of a point to prove, I suppose, for Charlotte in this match as well. You think
Point
that's
to
good?
prove and
Is that
kind of
gonna-
nothing to lose, you know,
Right.
after that as well. So it's great. Hopefully she's feeling like a good kind of pressure in this situation.
Do you think she'll use that as motivation in this match, or do you think there's enough motivation just fighting for her team?
I think she will use that. I think she's quite a clever competitor, and I think she has a good understanding of her mental game, and I think she'll use whatever she thinks is appropriate, whatever she can to get herself fired up, for sure.
Makes sense, yeah. Oh,
Wow,
good get.
great get. So this is my first time watching. I've seen Charlotte play a lot, but I've never seen Maria Paula play, so first time for me. She looks quite smooth.
Yeah, this is high level. Both these players, very high level. Two of the very best in the Pan American region for their age. I believe Charlotte's, she's already signed up to go to Harvard next year, I believe.
Yeah.
That's all Harvard needs, is another player that's as good as Charlotte.
Yeah. Another one
fair.
from Toronto, too. I think
That's right,
the
yeah.
Toronto presence on their team has always been
men and women, yeah.
quite steady.
The Gossip brothers in the men's team as well.
Yeah. It's a good lead from Maria Paula.
So I suppose if there is anything about Charlotte's game that you would say, it's probably the fact that she's trying to hit through the court all the time. We just saw Erica just using a little bit more height in her length, but whereas Charlotte, she's trying to crunch the ball all the time. And sometimes it works,
she
but
likes pace.
if she's not getting her length, or if she's hitting onto Maria's volley, she's going to be in trouble. She's not going to be able to get in front and play her game.
Yeah, I think that's so far what I've seen a lot of is Maria Paula is actually injecting quite a lot of pace herself, and it's going to be trickier for Char to do the same if she's Maria Paula is injecting pace and playing the ball soon, because then it's hard to get on top of it and play those hard drives that she likes to set up her points with.
You see that nice touch from Maria, just dropping that racket both sides, backhand and forehand, really not much of a swing, and just plopping it above the tin. Really impressive, great touch, really softens her hands. And there we see a very different type of drop shot from Charlotte. Just reaches in front and just kind of punches forward. Both very effective. There's no bounce on that at all. I saw her this morning playing that. It's just incredibly impressive. And she plays it all the way from, back of the service box up there. And I think it's one of the best shots. Very reminiscent of someone like a Sue Devoy, great player from the 80s, multiple world champion. She just incredible direct backhand drop shot. There was no kind of parabola on it. It was just punch it in there. Getting the ball hitting the floorboards or hitting the neck. Same technique in the forehand side, that real kind of jams it in the front corners.
Shot. Good cutting that off. Nice. Yeah.
Oh, but that's the risk, isn't it? I mean, that's the risk of playing Maria. Like if it wasn't a bad shot from Charlotte, and it was and Maria just got onto it and played a nice touch and then just left it in. So there is that kind of risk reward with the attack. You really got to get your length and
make sure she's on the back foot behind you instead of settled in and ready to move forwards.
Right.
I wonder, Maria Paula, where in Ecuador she is based, because a counter drop at altitude, you'd have to make it quite precise, or else you're going to get punished, aren't you?
Right. I remember being in Quito in Ecuador in 2010, I think, for the World Junior Championships. I was there coaching the US team at that time, and just incredibly hard at that kind of altitude. Hard. Just your lungs are burning.
Yeah.
So when an ex-pro, a guy called Anthony Ricketts, he was there coaching either the Aussie or the Kiwi team, and so we used to play most days, and both of us after the first couple of rallies were just on our knees.
Yeah. It's painful.
And it's amazing clubs. There's a few different facilities I heard in Ecuador. One of the clubs is probably one of the best clubs I've ever been at. I think it's the Quito Club, and just unbelievable, just incredible place. And there's a great facility, I think a public facility, downtown Quito, that a lot of these players come out of. Oh!
That's nice. Wow, what a finish! Tough rally. I so wish Char had punched one of those deep. That's a really tough rally. It's hard to get on top of those slow balls when you're a little off balance and bring them to the back.
But a lot of confidence in her hands, Maria Paula Moya.
Yeah. Hard fought first game there. 11-7 to Maria Paula, Ecuador, trying to pull a match back for her team. She's one step closer. back in for game 2. Charlotte's going to have to change it up here to pull around this game. It was a close one the last game and very hard fought, but she's going to have to change her tactics with her approach to her front court game, I would say.
Yeah, it seems as though Maria's a little bit more comfortable with the open ball.
Yeah.
I think Charlotte might need to be a little bit tighter with her play, maybe up and down the backhand wall, just to kind of measure out the pace and the height, just kind of try to neutralize Maria for a little while, just until she gets, try to look for some loose shots.
Yeah.
This is better length from Charlotte, but she can't go short too early.
I think she's probably gone off court, and I'm gonna guess she's been told or told herself to look for the back of the service box with her length, probably, so that Maria has to keep lifting, which is what she's been doing to Charlotte.
You mean heading like a hard drive to get her opponent lifting it up? Okay.
Yeah. And then probably try and play that next ball as quick as possible if it's loose, and if not, push her deeper and deeper back into the back corners.
Let's see if it works. It's not a bad strategy. I just don't know if she's. I suppose it comes down to when she attacks, and how comfortable she is attacking.
Yeah.
It kind of seems as though it has to be very, very good if she's going to have, any kind of advantage from there. If she gets it slightly wrong, then Maria's going to be on top of it, and we see that she's just got great speed, great hands at the front of the court. Got to be careful with players like that. That's a great shot, though. And that's when she can do it, when she's really kind of punching it in there and killing the ball quick. I think that works.
Yeah. That's a great shot. Well straightened.
It's an interesting one, that kind of shot, because you see at the pro level, like if the ball clips the side wall,
they might get a call on that.
They could even get a stroke against them. If the opposite player knows how to kind of push them into the ball a little bit.
True. It's a solid lead for Maria Paula.
She hits such a heavy ball.
Yeah.
Just a really nicely timed swing.
When she hits the ball. She also looks quite relaxed, which
very relaxed. I think that's why she manages to hit the ball with such good timing.
Yeah.
Just that little snap of the wrist at the end. Good.
Yeah.
Nice whip.
She doesn't look like she's wasting a lot of energy. It's hard to play someone like that.
Yeah.
Even, like, no matter what the level is, if someone looks that relaxed and plays that relaxed, it kind of gets in your head a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, you got to pull them out their comfort zone, right?
Yeah. Let's go, Char.
Nice shot.
Good.
Just stood her ground. Very good. That's really what you want to do there. You don't want to fall into the ball. She just stood her ground there. That's good. And it's all the little bit of a psychological thing there as well. If you stand your ground, you don't let your opponent kind of fall into you.
Yeah.
It shows that you got to get your opponent has to go around you at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is good. This is good mental. A good couple of mental rallies from Charlotte here. Just not ceding the tee at all. It's impressive. Maybe a little bit of frustration as well from Charlotte, just kind of getting outplayed so far against Maria. Great shot again.
Great shot.
Beauty.
This is good play from Charlotte.
Yep.
I think she can sense that bit of frustration coming from Maria Paula, and she looks very steady, Char. She made some errors at the start of this game, and she's put them right behind her. And I sense it's not just in juniors. The roller coaster ride of momentum and emotions. You can see it playing out right now. Maria Paula made some errors and left some loose balls. Char did it earlier. I think it's going to come down to who can do it at 8-all, 9-all in this game.
There's a chance. Oh.
They dig.
And then as soon as Maria gets in front, it's tough to win the rally after that.
Yeah.
Just got so many options. She can just soften her hand and punch in the little drop, or as we saw there, just take a little bit of a bigger cut at it and send it cross court. Just a great awareness, really knowing where her opponent. She waits long enough to know where her opponent is and then plays the right shot. It's pretty impressive. Just a real gamer, Maria.
Oh shoot, that's a tough spot to hit that from. Back of the service box. Your opponent's already running up past you. I've done that a time or two myself.
We all have.
Good. Oh no.
Yeah, you got to play those.
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
Yeah, I like that. I like the fact that they want their player to play. If you're ready to play and you can play, then you play it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're giving strokes a lot easier as well, which is good as well, because there's not many lets anymore, right?
Mm. Big point if Shar can get this point. I was going to say it would put a lot of pressure on her, but there you go. There's that quick finish. Second game.
Fairly representative of the play. I think 11-7, 11-7. I think that's a fair representation of the kind of relative play, relative standard so far. I think Charlotte's capable of coming back. I just don't know if she's got the variety to be able to do that, because her style of game, Maria seems to absorb it quite well. You know, that kind of hard punchy length. Punching it in. Maria's she reads the game so well, and she's got such great hands that she can counter attack.
Yeah.
So I think that Charlotte might need to be, if she does her game very well, of course she can win. But it's going to be tough. I think she's got to vary it. She might have to lift it a little bit, try and keep it a little bit straighter, limit the angles for Maria, just show her that she's going to be on court for a long time, and she's going to have to figure it out. She can't just run on to what Charlotte's going to hit. She has to figure out and have to build a rally.
Agreed.
Make her think at that point.
Yeah.
So whether she gets that advice, we'll wait and see.
Yeah. So that's second game to Maria Paula from Ecuador. Charlotte's going to be looking to come back for that nice big home crowd from Canada. A big mountain ahead of her, but if anyone can do it, I believe she can. Back in for the third game here. Ooh. Whoa, nice counters. Something that I think has also been a trend in this match so far has been Shar can get on top of Maria Paula, and she has been able to, but I've noticed that Maria Paula can get on top of Shar for 1, 2, 3, 4 shots in a row and keep that pressure. Whereas Shar puts her under pressure for one, and then it gets released. So she's going to want to look to build that up to keep Maria Paula on the ropes for multiple shots in a row. Maybe not looking for the winner right away, but try and make her get up there, play the ball up in the air, lift it up on her retrieval, and then keep that pressure, keep her on the move, because she won't like that.
In squash, we call that squeezing, just keeping the pressure on. And it's one thing that you see that you guys do very well, the pros do very well, is that once they get on top, they just keep on staying on top. They don't defuse the pressure. Junior level, and they're maybe still learning that right now.
It's a hard thing to do, because you have to be quite confident. And if you're playing someone that has great hands or something, there's a fear that they're going to rip out a winner or somewhere in there if you don't keep your pressure tight.
Yep.
Boy, straight into her. All right, here we go, Shar.
Nice width from Charlotte. And she's, I think this is it. I mean, this she's going to try and get momentum right here, and if she can get it, hopefully add a few points.
I feel good about it. I think she She looks really fired up for this game.
Yeah, she does.
She looked really good at the start of the last game, too.
But that's incredible, though. I mean, such a great shot by Charlotte, and Maria just gets that racket onto it and just snaps her wrist cross-court to a perfect length. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, nothing you can do with that one. Just not let it get to you and keep
Yep.
that, because how many times can you do that, right?
Right. Well, apparently 25 times, so 26 times so far.
Tough one. Wow. She's boasting a lot in this match. Not always effective, but that is a nice shot.
I mean, just great court sense. I mean, that's what I see with Maria. Great court sense. I mean, you got to play very well. You got to. I mean, that's why you, for me anyway, you got to feel like you're limiting her options as much as possible. You're keeping the ball tight, keeping the ball away from her volley. She's going to, you know that she's going to hit some great shots, but that's what it's going to take.
Yep.
Like great length, force the loose one, and then she's got to take her chances there, right?
Take it in nice and quick and sharp. Yeah. Char could use some more options up there in the front right when she gets put up there. If she had just one more option, maybe a straight drive or a straight counter instead of just a cross, I think that would be really helpful for her.
Well,
easy to say from out here.
Always is. Well, it's the crucial time for Charlotte Orcutt of Canada, 7-5 down. It's, it's a big point. You don't really get that 3 points at this stage. 3 points down is going to be tough to come back. 2 is a bit of an emergency. 3 is a bit of a disaster. So this is it. This is probably the last chance that Charlotte's going to have. But Maria just looks as though she's got momentum. She's got confidence. She's hitting winning shots from everywhere. Yeah.
And Char was on top of that too. She was high up on the tee to try and cover that. She knows what's coming. They're just great shots. Wow. Tight. Go. Shot.
And again, it was that Charlotte looked as though she was in control, and then that little drop.
Great counter drop.
Nice, like, relaxed racket head. She just puts the ball so tight to the wall and creates the loose ball and hits the winner. I mean, it's tough.
Beautiful. And that's a match ball. She's got 5 match balls. Maria Paula to even up the match score. Ecuador versus Canada. Char's not going to stop. She's going to keep trying. Beautiful. Wow. Ooh. Stroke, they're calling.
Yeah, fair enough.
One. Yeah, she didn't clear it.
Quite clear, yeah.
It would be tough to say that Char could hit a winning shot from the position she was going in, but she's got to have access to that. It's good width. Keeping Charlotte in the back. That counter drop. Get it.
And
great shots. Great shots. A really high quality match there.
Yeah, it's kind of fitting that Maria finishes off on a it was a great shot by Charlotte, but just get in there for the counter drop, and then she hits the winner off the forehand volley. Yep. It's kind of she deserved her win. I mean, she just
good combos.
on the day she really just a great competitor, great feel for the game, and Charlotte, who's #1 seed in the individual event. I mean, it's not an easy player to beat, but it was a great result for Maria, and that puts the score at 1-all. I mean,
we're at 1-all, ladies and gentlemen,
for the final of the Pan American Junior Championship in Toronto.
That's right.
Toronto or Toronto?
You take your pick. I thought
That's
you were going
not
to give
what
us
I've
something
heard. I've
else
heard
from
it's
Scotland. I thought you'd have something else to offer.
Toronto or Toronto?
In the comments, please.
Like, I'm Scottish. I pronounce every syllable.
Every syllable.
Every phenome or phoneme.
We're back in. This is the decider. Canada versus Ecuador. Everyone watching in the stands, everyone at home is cheering for Canada, right? Oh, might have got a little whack there. This is the 2019 Pan American Junior Squash Championship Women's Final.
This is it. This is the decider. 1-1 in matches right now. This is to decide the winner of the Pan American Championships, this match. Will it be Canada or will it be Ecuador?
Canada. Little added fun for the, I mean, it's amazing to have this at home, and we also have the Squash Canada annual general meeting and all the activities that go along with that this weekend here in Toronto as well. So nice to have all of the board members and all the province and territorial representatives watching and cheering for our team.
Yeah, it's a nice little festival of squash this whole week with the Pan American Championships. Lolly Gillen did a great job convincing the Fédération de Pan America to bring the championships to Toronto, and she's managed to recruit a lot of volunteers to work on her behalf, and it's really done a great job of putting this on. So thank you, Lolly Gillen, for
bringing it here,
bringing it to Toronto.
I'm feeling good about this matchup for Breanna. I like the looks of it just in these first initial points. I know there's a lot to go, but I like the looks of it. But it is going to come down to these two players. What's their nerve like? Because this is a really tough situation, and making errors can happen when you're quite tense.
Well, she came through a tough match this morning against USA, and it was again a similar situation, 1-1, and it came down to the number twos, and she did a great job. I mean, she was up against
yeah, she looked cool.
Sarah, sorry, I forget her name. I think Sarah Chow, maybe, and really played great. I mean, Sarah was a great player. I think it's Sarah. So my apologies.
I think it is Sarah, but I can't remember her last name.
But she was, very good competitor. Hit the ball very hard, and Breanna did a great job of containing her. Just tends to be a little bit passive at times. I would say, it doesn't tend to kind of step up and look for the winning shot. Just keeps the ball going, but really forces her opponent to come up with great shots like that. So it takes a lot to beat Breanna, but I wonder whether our third Maria of the day, Maria Buenano, is capable of doing it. Certainly looks as though she's a nice lefty swing, nice snap, really strong. Looks like a strong athlete.
It's good. Our Canadian crowd is getting loud. Hopefully you can hear it on the stream. Excellent. I don't know if you've how much you've played in South America. I'm assuming quite a bit, but the crowds there can be quite loud. So I think it's appropriate that we show the same courtesy here in Canada.
Yeah, that was my first tour in the PSA in 1993. Was in Brazil, 4 tournaments in Brazil, and
oh wow!
And then the next year went to did the same tour and went to Argentina, down to Mar del Plata. It was Curitiba, São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, and it wasn't Porto Alegre. What was the other one? I forget the other one. Belo Horizonte.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's how you say it. Apparently, and obviously my Brazilian is very good still.
You're Brazilian.
But it's yeah, I mean they had a great tour back then. Certainly a lot of tournaments still on there, and it's a nice feel to the Americas. It's actually a nice feel when you come to these kind of tournaments. There's definitely, you know, I've played a lot of European championships and world championships and played team events in places like South Africa, and it's a very unique environment, the Pan American environment. Everyone's so relaxed and really enjoys when they're not on court playing. They're really enjoying everything, you know, the food and the social life, and it's a very nice feel. It's a very special championship, I think, for that reason.
Yeah.
And we'll be down at the Pan American Games in Lima.
Yay!
In just about,
too.
I think probably less than a month now, actually.
Yeah, just less.
Yeah.
Seven. Game 1. I mean, this is what the people came to watch. I wouldn't complain about like a triple bagel to Canada, but this is great for the crowd. And we have a good rally here. Breanna's got to tighten up here a little bit and put Maria under pressure. Go. Just a bit loose there from our own Breanna Jefferson. It's tough. Oh, I can just relate to how she's probably feeling, where your chest's a little tight, you're a little nervous, and you have a tough rally.
How do you manage to get over that? Is it kind of breathing, or is it like and you have a little mantra, or is it what do you recommend in these kind of like these pressure situations?
Ideally, I hit a perfect shot like she just did, and you feel real good after that. Yeah. Cheers. Yeah, no, I think very important in the rally, following kind of like a tense rally like that, is for me to focus on finding my length and trying to hit length more effortlessly, to try and just take a bit of pressure off myself. And if I focus on that, then I find I'm probably actually going to hit a drop the next shot after I start focusing on that, because I've forgotten very quickly what I was trying to focus on, which is totally fine. That was the point of it, you know. Stroke. Thank you. We will take that crucial stroke. 10-8. Game ball.
So as Sam diagnoses herself with ADHD, we're at 10-8 up to Breanna Jefferson and the Canadian team in this final match of the championships.
You have to coach this in Lima, so this is good.
Well, I just picked up some crucial information.
Tell me one thing and I'll do the opposite. Oh, it's a good finish. Great finish.
Speak longer than 5 seconds, and there's a little red shiny ball.
Hopefully Breanna's not like that in between this game. That's loose. Ooh, she had an opportunity there, Maria, to take that one in short. But maybe she's waiting for the error here. She's going to play a nice long rally. Beautiful length. Beautiful length. Why hit a drop when you can hit a perfect cross court that doesn't come out at all?
Well, I think this first game is going to be crucial.
Yeah.
It's going to set the tone for the whole match.
Breanna looks tense. You can see her shoulders coming up a little bit. I wonder if she has something she can say to herself to bring herself down here. Take your space. Wow. Oh. Wow. She went all in for that drop shot. Great comeback from Maria.
That was incredible. I mean, she had her chance. She was almost at the back wall, but she saw her chance and she took it. I mean, you got to hand it to the attacking player that if they take that kind of risk and it comes off, they deserve the win. So tough for Breanna to lose that first one after having momentum and the lead. And
yeah.
But it's you know, so she's got a little bit of an uphill battle, I think, emotionally
definitely.
And tactically as well.
Emotionally, yeah, that's a really tough game to back up, because obviously she knows what to do. She did it for a lot of that game.
Right.
Let it slip away.
So what do you think Breanna needs to change as she's off court here? What do you think she's thinking about?
I think a big thing will be if she gets put under pressure. I really think that she can command the court if she's hitting good length and bringing the ball nice and wide. She can command the court, and I believe that she can do that. But if she gets put under some pressure, she's leaving loose balls, and she's going to have to reset with some kind of, could be a lob straight across. It could be like just a drive that she takes something off of to just get herself settled back in the middle of the court and reset that whole rally, almost start from scratch within the rally.
Do you think she should be focusing a little bit more on the right wall there, because she's Maria's a lefty, and just try to punch her deep just to kind of
get a few more loose balls up and down that side.
She's playing a little bit like she's playing a righty. She's just going up and down that kind of left wall.
I wonder if she's more confident on the left.
But I think it's just habit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. It is. Yeah, that's a great shot. There it is. A great tight ball up and down that right wall, and then loose ball, straight drop finish. Beautiful. Keep it up.
Thank you. Okay, good. How long is that going to take? You want a little bit or no? I'm not allowed to. So 2-1 to Maria into this second game. Really important for Breanna here, I think, to after the disappointment of that first game, after being able to just really get back into rhythm and feel as though she's getting some ascendancy. If after losing the first game, she goes down for a few points in the second game, it becomes really mentally tough. You're kind of digging yourself out a hole at that point.
Yeah. Oh, shot! Wow, what a get straight. Oh. I think you're right, Martin. That back right corner is a big opportunity for Breanna. Let's see what happens here. I think also if she can put it in there softly, that will be hard for Maria to pull out. Oh. Straight, yeah.
Well, that was a better rally from Breanna. Just again, like you say, Sam, she's focusing a little bit more on the right wall, killing the ball into like the middle right as well.
Yeah.
And I think she needs to be a little bit more disciplined about that, but it certainly is working for her. So she's pulled back. She's got momentum back. I mean, I think that was the most important thing. Irrespective of the score, she's got momentum.
Yeah.
That puts her in the game here.
I think she's going to be, you're totally on it, she's going to be pounding that right side the whole rest of this game. She's got a ways to go here.
So mobile.
Oh, wow.
Well, just when I was commenting on the athleticism of Maria Breanna, just like she's jumping into the air, then Breanna goes and hits that amazing forehand kill.
Perfect.
Really showing great competition, great grit here to come back after that disappointing first game, for the end of the first game.
Yep.
That was a 5-point run for Breanna, just a crucial time. So we'll see if she can.
Time for that.
She doesn't want to let momentum go here. She wants to kind of hang on to it for as long as possible. See if she can get this point back.
Ooh.
And that's going to help.
It's a big error. When you only get one opportunity to hit that forehand drop in a long stretch, then you really want to make it a winner, don't you? I mean, from Maria's point of view. So that was it's been a good change up this game for Breanna. Star of that that left side for Maria.
Well, it gets into this it's a little bit of a mental battle right now as well. You can get their nose in front. Seems as though Breanna's winning the mental battle right now.
Yeah. Man, you're right. This girl is very athletic. Her lunges are unreal.
Incredibly strong, yeah. Yeah, she really focuses on that right wall now. And the coach is Janet McLeod.
And Nova Scotia. Woohoo.
Jonathan Hill from Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure who's head, who's assistant, but both great coaches, and with they're certainly giving right advice to Breanna here.
Great. Great. This right side, so
awesome.
So good for Breanna.
Very simple, up and down that right wall. Really taking that half court out, that forehand, and that kind of athleticism onto the left wall from
wow.
from Maria. But that was a nice drop
Beautiful.
shot. Just dropped that racket and pushed it above the 10. Kind of crucial for Maria to get back in this game if she's if that's what's going to happen.
Go. Left. Stroke. Martin was waiting for the stroke there.
Well,
I can
more
see
and
it.
more
My
these.
initial thought was let, but then I was like, yeah.
Well, you see this with PSA these days. That kind of situation is either a no let or a stroke. There's not many lets happening, so it's got to be. It's a very thin line of a let. So.
But don't you think it's kind of cheesy because Breanna was coming straight across from the left? So like normally the line would be, you know, you could go around or up the inside, but because she was so out of position, then she's in a stroke position. You know what I mean? So I guess it was not the right shot choice from Maria.
I was talking about a metaphorical line, so I'm not too sure what you're. I've lost the
We're lost.
conversation.
That's fine. Game ball.
Nice shot.
Oof.
Yeah, very clever play from Breanna. Basically played into quarter court or even half court.
That is nice, dropping that back right. Love that.
Well, just great tactical play, great mental play as well from being 1-love down, 3-1 down. She pulls back 5 points in a row and really got momentum, and then she didn't really let it go. So Maria did very well to come back and win a couple of nice shots, but she really never had momentum. She didn't get her kind of claws into that game, and
right.
So this third game, and this was kind of what we all want to see. We always want to see this really tough first game, third game. This, because it's mental, it's physical, it's technical, it's everything in the third game. And so that's what we're going to see, who's the best competitor, who's fitter, who can win the big points and the big moments. So it's a very interesting match, just the kind of one that we want to see in the final.
Yeah, this is a good matchup for us spectators.
Spectators or slightly biased partisan crowd.
Yes, with mics. That's good length from Maria there. This is one of those rallies you want to reset. Oh, stroke. 1-1. Final match. The junior women's final at this Pan Am Junior Championship. Toronto, Ontario.
Well, one thing very impressive at the start of this third game is just the body language of Maria Buonanno. I mean, she came on and she's just like a jumping jack. She's just all over the court, just energy, and she's just jumping onto the ball.
Yeah. That can run you away a bunch of points if the other person doesn't look quite as uppity as you. Serving fast. Oh, Breanna's looking a little off step. It can really throw you off when someone comes out with this body language. It is so important. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it's gotten her a 4-1 lead so far. It's pretty impressive. So Breanna's got to contain her long enough to let the energy wear off a little bit.
Yeah, take the sting out.
Yep.
Straight. Wow. Oh, yeah.
Double.
Double. Yeah, double. Wow, that was that pickup. So Maria's ball was an amazing cross-court drop, and Breanna must have just caught that with the inside of her frame, I'm guessing, to bring it across somehow into the neck. Oh, it's a good drop. That's a great drop. Beautiful. Nice and quick. She didn't waste any time hitting that.
So when you've lost momentum and your opponent looks as though they have all the energy, is there any specific strategy that you think that you'd recommend?
I think very important is two things for me. One is to remind myself that I can't control, my opponent. I can't control what I can't control what she's going to do, how she's going to behave. I can only control myself. So then I would go with that attitude. I would go in and try and match the intensity of my opponent, if not bring it higher, and not shy away from that, because that's kind of why we're here, right?
Right.
There's no, you can choose to be, intimidated or afraid of someone's intensity, but really you're in the final of the Pan Am Junior Championships. You're here for some intensity, Wow. Ooh, interesting stroke. Ooh,
so
yeah,
fight fire with fire.
That.
That's good advice, and I think that seems to be what Breanna's doing right now. She's kind of like she's picked herself up.
Yeah, she wasn't sure at the start there, right?
Right.
Yeah, she has. Ooh.
But again, we see that little bit of, like you say, lack of security, just not confident, going short.
Yeah, because you can't stop going short, can you? But you have to find a way to relax yourself.
That's a nice touch. Every single one of the Ecuadorian girls has got that nice low racket, just nice touch in the counter drop.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Ooh, nice. Josh told us not to breathe too heavy into our microphones, but we're getting a little bit fired up here. So sorry for anyone watching. Tight, really tight. She's got to remember to play. I actually forgot about the plan to play this right wall, and she just was getting into it, and I think that's going to be very important to come back to that. 8-7, Ecuador.
This is it. These are the points. These are the crunch points where the whole match tends to swing on, tends to hinge on.
Good choice. Good choice.
And it is just so unbelievably close.
Good choice. Keep that pressure. Straight. Great shot. Wow. Oh, this is a beauty rally. Okay, reset, Breanna. Reset. Get it deep. Yes. That's gorgeous. Wow.
What an awesome rally. A crucial time for both
Big
players.
Rally.
But it was Breanna Jefferson just picked off the winner at the end there. It was just kind of a little bit open, both players retrieving and getting the ball back and trying out things. There was no real delay. No one was resetting at all in that rally.
No.
It was constant kind of searching.
Barrage. Yeah. That was really good awareness that she saw that Maria hadn't recovered, and so she had a wide open back right corner there.
These kind of front court exchanges are favouring the Canadian right now.
Lift it up into that. That's a safe place for Breanna in this match. Yep. Up high. Oh! Casual! To get game ball.
just stuck up the racket and kind of rolled over it a little bit, just kind of the opposite of what you think she was going to do, but it was a perfect shot.
Yeah, she's like, that's open. I'll go there.
I'll play this just an inside out forehand winner. Thank you.
Yes. Wow.
And again, what a great rally.
Wow. Here we go. Here we go. 2 games Canada, 1 game Ecuador in the final match, the decider of this Pan American Junior Final. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back with the 4th game. All right, first point on the board to Canada. I hope that's indicative of the result of this game. Great start, nice and confident. Breanna looks like she means business here. Good finish from Maria there. Nice confident forehand volley. Oh, beautiful. She catches the sidewall there at the perfect moment. I feel good about this, Martin.
Yeah, I think from round about sort of 7-all in the 3rd game, 8-7 down for that Breanna was. I mean, she's just been in, just gotten the momentum at the right time and just started this 4th game in the same fashion. So it's impressive.
Great.
She's lost a little bit of her discipline about going into the back right, but it seems to be working for her anyway. Playing around the front of the court like that, she seems to have a little bit more, I wouldn't say more variety, but just maybe her ability to get onto the ball and counter attack is actually is maybe a little bit better than Maria's in terms of movement anyway. Shot.
Good.
Again, taking advantage of the width of the court.
Oh my, on the fly, beautiful.
You got to hand it to Maria. I mean, that was just an incredible shot. A lot of players at that stage would think, okay, reset, get my length, get my width, and boom, she just goes for it and hits it.
This is a really big no-let. Yeah, no-let. It's a big moment. I thought that Maria was down and out there, and she pulled it back to 4-5, so she's not, you can't counter out. Breanna's going to have to stay really sharp here. In a really, I mean, this is a high-pressure
Well,
moment
this is
for her.
It's a big moment for a lot of different reasons. I mean, one is obviously it's in Toronto and Canada. They're in the final, got a chance of just 5 points away from winning the title right now. But it's also the girls maybe didn't do quite as well in the individual championship as they hoped they were. Charlotte Orcutt, #1 seeds, lost in the quarterfinals. I believe Breanna lost maybe even before the quarterfinals in the last in the 16. So, you know, I think the Canadian girls really want to redeem themselves from there, and to come away with a title here would be an incredible achievement, and set themselves up for, well, get the gold medal and then set themselves up well for the World Championships in Malaysia.
Yep. Now, something to keep in mind here for people watching is how much squash these players have played in the last week here in Toronto. So there was the individual event at the start of the week, followed and overlapping really with the doubles events, and then quickly, there's no break, straight into the teams. I'm sure there was overlap of the teams and the doubles. Wouldn't be surprised. So these guys are going into this final with, let's call it a lot of experience, but a lot of matches and some really tough ones. Yeah,
it's been a whole week of squash. A lot of balls being hit, not a lot of off time.
Go.
But it's what a comeback from Maria, just getting the momentum, winning
Really
the last
impressive.
5 points in a row here at a crucial time.
A lot of errors from Breanna here, a lot of errors. She's in a big spot. I think she was probably up in this game and hoping to get an easy few points to take the match. It's beautiful.
The old head fake as well.
Yeah, that was a really nice finish from Maria. Wow. Okay,
like
that's
that.
not how I thought that game was gonna go.
Nice head fake, and then the straight winner. I mean, I think Maria deserved that one. I mean, she just from 6-5 up. I thought Breanna. I mean, that's what we were saying. I thought Breanna had the momentum, and this was kind of her match to win. And then Maria just turned it around. A couple of mistakes, maybe 2 or 3 mistakes, crucial mistakes from Breanna, the middle of that game, and then Maria got momentum again, and then she took her chances. I mean, she's a great player. She took her chance. Great competitor, obviously, as well. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's a tough one all around. And so it's anyone's game right now. Yeah.
Hopefully Breanna doesn't have like the come down that I feel like I have after that game. I was like, that's not what I wanted to happen there.
Yeah, I think the coaches play a little part in that. The team obviously will play a little part. And
they got to get loud.
You know, like you say, like you were saying about your own game, is accepting the things that you can't control. What's the point of worrying about those things, right? And focus on what you can do. And I think that's kind of the advice she'll be getting from our coaches, and her team will be kind of willing her on. And so, you know, where individually you might feel as though you're a little bit confused and you know, you're not sure whether it's your day, of, you know, when you've got the team behind you, that can kind of lift you a little bit and bring the best out of yourself. So, you know, hopefully for Breanna that will happen. We're meant to be kind of unbiased here, but obviously
I don't know if you can hear that, but it is loud. 5th game, deciding match, finals. Were you a fan of when you were playing? Were you partial to cheering or not cheering during your matches and team events for Scotland?
I think I like cheering. I always liked the big stage.
Yeah.
I always liked that. I always thrived on that kind of big moment. I really enjoyed that, and it's something that you don't really get too many other times in your life, right?
It's true.
I mean,
if you think about a big picture, it's pretty amazing.
When you finish all this and you go into, like, you know, whatever it is you're going to do, no one's cheering you on in your everyday life, you know. You know, people are trying to cut you off in traffic and all. You know, it's just like this. So these little moments where you've got this kind of pressure and this opportunity to bring the most out in yourself under pressure is quite an opportunity. It's quite a privilege, actually. Yeah. And so it's. You know, hopefully it looks like these girls are both taking advantage of this kind of experience, and really it seems to be Maria that's got momentum right now, and I think it's a big ask for Breanna to wrest it back from her, but obviously she's a great competitor, a great athlete. She'll no doubt give it her best shot.
Nice, great change of pace there.
Well, Maria asked when the ball was about 3 feet off the front wall, but she still got the stroke. It was still a loose shot from Breanna, so 3-1. This is kind of emergency time for Breanna, but Maria just
Super
getting a little
tense.
glass-armed on that drop shot.
I hope Breanna knows that when she plays up and down that right wall, she's got to be really proactive and looking, because maybe not every time, but I would say lucky there, a good 70 to 80% of the time she's getting a loose ball on that, oh my gosh, wow. She's getting a loose ball out of Maria's backhand, and she can capitalize on it if she's paying attention, if she's hunting for it. But it's not going to be every time. It's not a given for sure. Maria's a skilled player, but she's got to be looking for that. Yes. Go, get it deep. Reset. Yes.
Oh,
wow.
awesome shot. What a
Maximum
great rally.
effort too. Wow.
Well, it was great retrieving from Maria Buenano from Ecuador, but just great play from Breanna, just hitting her targets with a little cross-court drop shot, and then hitting her targets with a dying length. And just at the right time, takes the lead for first time in this 5th game, and then building on it. Very, very smart.
Yep.
She's starting to play a little bit more into that back right as well, which is pretty necessary.
Sometimes I wish that you could do a live stream, and have in reality TV where they have those like cutbacks to where the person says how they're feeling in a moment in the show. If you could have like a cutback and we could hear Breanna's thoughts, what she's thinking in this moment right now after this point, how's she feeling, versus 3 points ago if we'd heard from her, she looked pretty tense. She was hitting tins. It would just be so interesting to see the inside of her brain during this match.
So by agreeing with you, that I might reveal that I watch reality TV. I'm not sure I'm prepared to do that.
Do you know when
to
that
the public.
happens? Come on, great lead. Let's go.
Well, beautiful comeback from Breanna, just getting the crowd, and it's tough for Maria now. She's playing on Breanna's home soil. The crowd are behind her. She's got momentum. But
She did it the last game. I thought.
Yeah, she's such a great competitor, eh? She's so feisty.
Yeah.
That she'll fight until the last point.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Come on. You can see Breanna trying to fire herself up there, talking to herself. And obviously the whole crowd is talking to her too.
Well, this is where you just got to be mean. You just got to take every point, every opportunity that you can get.
Maybe a little bit of fatigue there for
Don't be
Maria.
a sharer and a carer.
Yeah.
Be a winner.
Be a winner. For all of us and for herself. Play that back right, yes.
Yeah, tight to the wall.
So tight. Match ball. She's got 5 match balls here
Awesome.
for Canada.
Awesome play.
Ooh, she quick served, but she doesn't like the quick serve. Yes. It's good pressure. Oh, get it. Tricky call.
Well,
that came
that
right
was
out
a bit
at
of a
her
coin
feet.
toss. That was a roll of the dice, actually. That was a 1-in-3 shot. That could have been a stroke. It could have been a no-let or a let, and it ended up being a no-let. That's a tough decision at this time.
Breanna's looking for the winner here. Played out. Good reset. Great reset. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh, what a shot.
Oh, beautiful.
And what a match.
Beautiful match. Wow. Wow, you can see the crowd is super stoked about that win from Breanna Jefferson for Canada. Deciding match, gold medal for our girls.
Well, great effort from Ecuador to beat Mexico this morning, upsetting the #1 seeds, and the kind of high that they got from that. I mean, they kind of took it into this match, and they really, played incredibly well.
Yep.
But that's a great, great performance from the Canadian girls and Breanna Jefferson there in the second, third string match, the second kind of crucial, deciding match of the day, and just a great result for the Canadian girls to come away with a gold medal in the team event. That's what everyone wants, and really, as we were saying, maybe didn't perform as well in the singles and the doubles as they might have hoped. Just picked up a couple of bronzes, I believe, from those events, and so getting the gold in the team is huge. So congratulations to both Ecuador and Canada and getting to the final, and huge
Beautiful
congratulations to Canada.
Go Team Canada.